Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. So it is story time, you guys. I have not told a story time in like a month. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Let people know over here about my channel. Say, hey, yo, there's this chick named Nicole. She's in recovery. She's got a channel. You should check it out. Okay? Okay. So anyway, today I'm going to tell you a story it's kind of embarrassing, but it's pretty funny too. So I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. And here's a trigger warning right now. Right now, if you're triggered by me speaking about using drugs, specifically crack cocaine, please exit out of this video right now. This is not something that you want to watch, especially if you're like, that's your drug of choice. It could be triggering, and I just want to let you know that. But if you want to get a laugh and you don't mind, then stick around. So right after I met Neil, it was probably like 2013, the beginning. We had been together for about 6 months. I had gotten my own apartment, and I was living in this high rise that was about 12 stories. So that's 12, I was on level 7. And I had my own little one-bedroom efficiency on level 7. And the way my room was set up was you would walk in, and directly to the right was a little kitchen, with a refrigerator and a sink. And then you would walk in right there, and it was open, just like a big one room. And so that was the living room, and it had 2 closets. And then there was a little room, hallway, right past the kitchen where my bedroom was at, and a bathroom. So I didn't keep my bed in the bedroom. My bedroom was in the living room, right by my screen TV. And that's really basically all that was in there. 2 little chairs, a recliner, a mattress, literally, you guys, an air-up bed, and my screen TV. And I would keep my blinds drawn. Only if I wanted like a little sunlight in, I would let crack it open. My blinds were always shut. So across the hallway from me was this lady named Miss Pat. And Miss Pat had just moved in, and her husband was Joe Hibbler. And Joe was about 50 years old, black guy, and we had been friends for like 2 years because I was actually best friends with his ex-girlfriend, Tara, and we would all get high together. So Joe was married, though, to Miss Pat, and she would get a check every month, and that's how we did everything we were doing. So at the time, she had not, she had just gotten paid, and he had spent all her money on dope, and he had gotten a whole bunch of crack. And I mean a lot. It was so much. I mean, we had smoked on this crack for like a week, you guys. For real. A lot. Like a big old bag full of it. And he was supposed to be selling it to get his money back, right? Well, that wasn't happening. Well, he came over the one morning because what would happen was I would work I would work till 3 a.m. at this restaurant called Cajun's. And I was a cocktail waitress, so I'd do my thing, working, getting them tips. Hey. And then I get my tips, leave, and I usually come home with about $250 to $300 cash, y'all. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is what I would work. So I'd come home with my money, and of course, Joe would say, oh, well, you can get a 50 from me. So I'd give him $50 for some dope. And that's all I would pay. And if I even paid anything. So he would be there waiting for me at the bottom of the stairs, and we would walk back up together. And y'all, we were just like, seriously, homeboys. And he would come over, and we would smoke crack all night long. One night, we had been smoking all night. I mean, I'm talking this shit, when I would hit it, my ears would go, wow, 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 wow. It was like crazy, you guys. My vision would go. It was strong, and it was good. Well, one day we had been up all night, and we kept hearing stuff outside the door. And remind you, I'm on the 7th floor, and all up and down the thing is apartments. And there's a elevator that makes really loud noises, and I'm like right across from the elevator. So we are freaking out. I mean, he's looking out the blinds, I'm looking out the blinds. He's like, do you hear this? And I'm like, dude, it's all good. No, we freaked the fuck out. We got one of those dressers, scooted it all the way against the door, then put that recliner on top of that dresser and barricaded ourselves inside the apartment for 8 hours, looking underneath the crack. It was so funny, you guys. After we came down, like, we didn't come down, we stayed high all day for like a week. Then we would go driving around and smoking, driving around, wah, wah, wah. He takes me to these people's house, right? And it's all black people. And I love black people, you guys, but I gotta set the tone for you, because I'm not black. So, you know, I'm the only person that's not black. So we're all up in this house. There's no lights. It's completely dark, and it's the middle of the day, and all the blinds are drawn, and everybody's just smoking. It was so scary, because I thought, we are in a crack house. Any minute now, the cops are going to come in and go, boom, and kick the house in, you know, kick the door in and arrest all of us. Well, luckily that didn't happen. But we literally sat there and hallucinated all night long, because we've been up for so many days. Well, we parted our ways. I went back home and went to sleep. And that was the end of that story time. Now, since I just got on a tangent telling y'all about getting doors kicked in, I'm going to tell you guys about the time that that my friend Nate's door got kicked in, and we got raided because we were cooking dope at his house, methamphetamine. So, first of all, Nate lived in this trailer at a dead end. So, you had to turn around to get out of the driveway. And what he would do is he would cook dope in the shed outside, and I would keep watch on the monitors, on the TVs. This is methamphetamines. One night, we were all outside. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and we were hitting golf balls. And I looked across the street, and there was a police car. And I said, you guys, how long has that cop car been over there? And there's like 7 or 8 of us, y'all, waiting for him to finish cooking this dope so we can all get high. And they're like, oh, you know, I don't know, he's all been over there. So I'm like, isn't that strange that there's a cop car and we are cooking meth over here across the street? We all went inside, and the next thing I know, you guys, boom, get on the ground. We are surrounded. The whole house has SWAT people with the black vests on, and they make us all come out, okay? And they line us up in front of the trailer, all of us on our stomachs. There's like 8 of us. They pull Nate out of that shed, and we all went to jail that day. But then they come in to like interview us, and they give us all the option, if we turn somebody in or narc, that we can get out, right? Well, you know me. I had already gotten a charge for possession, so I wouldn't tell him, because it wasn't going to get me out of any trouble. I was already in trouble. This is like the second time I'd been pulled in after my felony charge. And I always knew, snitches get stitches, you guys. You don't go and tell nobody nothing. So I didn't say anything. But, oh, let me tell you, there was a bunch of people who rolled that night, and they got let out, and then they never were allowed over again. But that's the time we got raided over at my friend's house. But anyway, that's the story time for today. I hope you have a good day. Bye.